Talk about this show on Netflix, Umbrella Academy. So this show is based on a comic I've never read. Shocker, a comic I have never read. That is actually a shocker for me personally. I actually do need to dive into these comics because I'm sure that they're actually better than this show. Not to say this show was bad, but it's got some issues with it, and I kind of want to talk about it. What's strange about it, though, is the comic is actually created by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, which I freaking love My Chemical Romance, but I just think that's kind of funny. But yeah, I definitely need to dive into it for that reason too. So what do you think of this show? So this show, talking about the first season specifically, I haven't gotten to the second season yet. I'm gonna try to get through Lucifer season 2 before I dive into Umbrella Academy season 2. So just, I know I'm kind of late to the show because season 2 just dropped. Everybody's kind of posted reviews and talked about it, but I haven't. So shut up. Shut up, you fictional viewer, you. Because I don't have viewers. I don't have people who actually watch my videos. Kidding, but it's kind of true though. So this show is a 10-episode season, and the concept of the show is that in 1989, the 43 children were born. And it's strange because, well, none of these people were pregnant, but basically this billionaire guy goes out and tries to get as much of the children he can. He can only get 7, and they kind of go out and they are like superheroes, and they're living this life, and so basically it's kind of what happens after they come back years later. And the one that went missing, number 5, yes, that's his name, comes back, shows up, and from the future, and they're trying to figure out some of the stranger things that are going on. I don't want to give too much of the premise, and I know that's a lot, but that's my problem with the show. It's a lot of premise thrown at you very quickly and not explained very well. At least for the first few episodes. It kind of gets explained a little bit better, but not enough to where I think it really worked. I feel like this is a hard show to get into for some people. I was able to get into it because I am used to this weirder crap that is in comics, but I feel like if you're not, this show will not work for you. It is very strange. And also, it doesn't have an upbeat tone. Like, in some scenes it does, and there's like songs where they play songs like Queen's Don't Stop Me Now, which I'm gonna say right now, that is a big problem for me. It's a big pet peeve I have. That song, great song, is in every single freaking movie or show. It's time we stop using Queen's Don't Stop Me Now. Great song, just we need to stop using it. And yeah, I'm just sick of hearing that song. But it is a very fun show, but it's also kind of a miserable show because there's a lot of dark crap that's going on. There's not a whole lot of humor within that. And granted, there doesn't need to be, but I feel like with a weird as crap premise like this show has, there needs to be a little bit more comedy and levity, and instead of just let's play this completely straight. And for the most part anyways. Think about Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy before that before the comics, before the movies came out. And everybody loves them now because they're funny. They're fun to watch. They're exciting, and we like those characters. But they didn't just throw you, hey, now there's a talking tree. Hey, there's a talking raccoon. They made jokes about those characters. Within the first scene of you seeing Rocket, it's him making fun of Stan Lee and cracking jokes. You already go, man, this character is pretty funny. I like this character. And you kind of see that within those movies, and it shows you on those characters and the world that they live in, even though they're weird as crap. And like this show does that a little bit, but not enough. And I can say like I enjoyed it, but I really would be interested to see how a season 2 would turn out, because that would be the sell for some people. But like I feel like most people who would casually watch this would not like it, and it's a very strange, weird as hell show, and like not in a bad way. Like I don't have a problem with things being weird. I just have a problem when the weirdness is like let's throw it at you. I'm like, oh, give me a minute. Like, give me a minute to think about like what you're throwing at me. Like, give me a minute to duck before you throw that ball at me. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, whoa, what now? So yeah, I enjoyed this show for the most part, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. I do really like the characters in the show. I think they're given interesting dynamics. You get a lot without them telling you what the deal is with these characters. And I enjoy that aspect. I enjoy a lot of the wordless storytelling, you know, and that's a good aspect of the show. But it also makes it a little bit more difficult to get in the premise, but still, I think I enjoy that aspect. I enjoy how well made the show is. There's actually a lot of really good cinematography and like special effects within this show, and I think they're done really well. I also think the kind of weirder, wackier idea of the story works pretty well when we're talking character-wise. But like, you know, again, they could have developed that a little bit more. But that's kind of that's kind of my feelings on the show so far. I think a season 2 could improve a lot of my issues. I don't know if it will, though. I don't know. But regardless, let me know what you thought of Umbrella Academy when you first watched it. Let me know what you thought of Season 1. Keep spoilers light for Season 2. Haven't seen the rest of the show. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I may not check the comments of this video, though, because I have not seen Season 2 yet. But I reviewed this Bill Murray book on my second channel. So that's coming out pretty soon here. So check that out if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on this book. My second channel is Chance Random Vlogs. Check that out.